Welcome to Night Arena at Southern Virginia University for today's women's basketball game featuring the Brevard College Tornadoes and your Southern Virginia University Knights. President Dena and the Southern Virginia University staff thank you for your support of student athletes and coaches participating in today's contest. The NCAA and the USA South Athletic Conference promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or intimidating actions directed at coaches, players, officials, or any other team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. Also, the consumption and possession of alcoholic beverages and tobacco use is strictly prohibited. Please stay away from the playing area and the team bench areas. Thank you for your cooperation. In accordance with tradition at Southern Virginia University, we will begin with a word of prayer, which will be offered by Kendall Oswald.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day. Thank you that we can be here, and please bless that everyone will be safe and have fun, and please help us to have a good time and be able to have a great rest of this evening. And he says, in the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Now, if you'll all please rise and face the flag for the playing of our nation's national anthem by the Southern Virginia Pep Band. Tornadoes at guard, a freshman.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to tonight's broadcasting for another presentation of NCAA Division III women's basketball. Today's contest between the Tornadoes of Brevard College and your Knights of Southern Virginia University. This is the second broadcast of the day. Earlier today, we had men's volleyball here in Knight Arena where they swept the club team of North Carolina University 3-0. And I'm Dawson Weeder, joined by my good friend Christian Clement for what should be another intense and competitive USA South Conference matchup. Brevard College coming to this game second in the conference, 10-1 overall in conference play. Southern Virginia fourth in the conference and 7-3 in conference play. And this is the second time these two teams have matched up against each other, but it should be interesting to see how this one plays out, Christian. Absolutely. We got to talk to assistant coach Brett Schroeder before the game, and he mentioned some keys for Southern Virginia this go-around against the Tornadoes. He mentioned that the Knights need to make sure that they do not give up so many offensive rebounds compared to last time. Make sure they keep them out of the middle. Of course, what he means by keep them out of the middle, he is talking about McKenna Parkins and Nalia Boyce, I should say. Both of them really dominated on the boards and scoring last time around, made things really difficult for the Knights of Southern Virginia. And of course, another thing, Christian, you and I were talking about before the game, is the Knights need to make sure they get as much quality play out of their key scorers as possible. Last time around, Courtney Olson, their leading scorer on the year, who's the only player averaging double digits in scoring, only had 5 points against Brevard College just a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, I should say. And she really struggled, got in foul trouble, had a technical foul, and just really struggled overall. So keeping her in the game is absolutely vital if you want to win this game and build yourself up for conference competition.
Yeah, definitely for sure. One thing I want to point out is that the starting lineup for the Tornadoes is kind of heavily packed. They have, they've got number 80, who's this Boyce with 80 rebounds. So they're going to definitely try and emphasize both of them.
And the Tornadoes win the tip-off. No, she was not. They wanted to get the ball first and strike first. Addison Newman gets the rebound. They're also hoping to get some more out of her in the last go-around. And the Knights strike first. They absolutely do. They like to draw the fouls, work inside the paint. This Boyce working the left hand up and good over Olson. She absolutely did. Now the score tied 2-2 in the early goings. Here's McRolla for three. That rattles out, no good. Goes back to the Tornadoes. Taken away by Camden. Trying to save the ball from going out of bounds. One of the refs here losing their balance, getting help from both coaches. Love to see the friendly competition and sportsmanship. Ball. And Camden really read that pass like a book. Unfortunately, not able to keep it from going out of bounds, so it stays with the Tornadoes. Goes out of bounds. Knights will have it back. Here's Newman with it.
One thing I want to point out is that you have the McRolla sisters on the paint at the same time. Usually you see one or the other because they're subbing out for each other.
A rebound from Abigail Snyder trying to go up strong with it. It's taken away. Given from Camden to Newman and blocked that time by number 24, McKenna Parkins. Trying to pass it up ahead to number 2. That's Michaela Street. Michaela Street this past week was named Rookie of the Week for the second time this season. And she is the 23rd athlete at Brevard College to get that sort of recognition of any sport this year.
To get athlete of the freshman athlete of the week just one time makes it very, very much interesting. I mean, she stepped up her game, so to not only do it once, but to do it twice.
Absolutely, as that one was knocked out of bounds by Courtney Olson, so it'll go back to the Tornadoes.
So far, it's been a very, very tough matchup for both teams. None of them are able to find those from either the inside or the outside shot right now.
Both defenses playing incredibly well and tough defense. Great pass to the inside, that time to Parkins. Goes up and in for the score. McGraw trying to get to Olsen. It's recovered by Snyder. Gets it inside, and McRolla up and in for two. Already advancing it up the floor as the Tornadoes. Up and in for Street. You know, I mentioned Snyder. She was one of the ones that really stepped up the last go-around these two teams faced off. She had 13 points in that matchup. Was able to save that last play for Southern Virginia.
Street showing there what she's able to do as the player of the week, just finding that inside even after all that drive.
Newman unfortunately commits the turnover, trying to get it inside to McRolla. McRolla now called for a block. So it'll stay with the Tornadoes. Got a substitution here. Coming in for Street is number 20, Asia Short. Knights playing man-to-man. Pass inside. That's up and no good for Boyce. She had the positioning, just forced it too far. Pass up ahead to Olsen. Pass just a little too high. So another turnover for the Knights. The Knights now with 2 turnovers so far in this first quarter. Knights doing a great job at limiting the amount of times the Tornadoes have been able to get into the paint.
And that was one of the ones that Brett Schroeder was talking about, is stopping them from looking for that inside drive and stopping them from only having that one offensive possession. So stopping the offensive rebounds from happening.
Absolutely, and so that jump ball was basically forced by Emma Camden, and it goes back to the Knights of Southern Virginia trying to tie it up. Pass to Snyder, sets it for 3. That's up, no good, rebounded by Boyce.
We did have a substitution over there on the Tornadoes. That was number 4, Cheyenne Pouncey, and then number 10, Olivia Miller.
Who just scored.
Olivia Miller was one of those players that I was surprised that she wasn't on the starting roster. She's been one of their all-time best shooters. She's 52% from the inside and 58% from the outside.
Indeed, it was surprising to not see her start, but now she's making an impact as soon as she goes in. Pass inside. That time no good. We're going to call a whistle here. I believe we call the foul on number 11, Abigail Snyder. Got some substitutions for Southern Virginia as well. Number 2, Presley Hagee, as well as number 0, Maria Savoon.
Hagee has shown an incredible domination for the Knights as of late. She's kind of been their go-to person for a lot of these, hey, we need you to stop this person, so please do it.
Hagee has had a lot of offensive production. She really struggled early in the year shooting-wise, but really found her groove the past couple of weeks. Hagee for 3. That's good.
she's also the three-point shooter too for the Knights.
Again, she shot frequently throughout the early parts of the season, and you could tell she's confident in her shot. It just wasn't falling for a while, but again, she recently has found her confidence, and it's paying big dividends for the Knights so far. Mid-range jumper, that one's good for number 4, China Pouncey. Savoon kicks it out. Heggie driving in the floater, no good. That time rebounded by Short. Jump shot up, no good, rebounded by Newman. Advance to Heggie, goes up strong with the right hand, up and in.
Heggie again showing her commitment to the Knights and just forcing herself on that inside drive.
Again, Heggie having an instant offensive impact for Southern Virginia. The forced jump shot, that time from number 23, Kylie Wells. That was not an open shot to say the least, but she really wanted it. Savoon driving in. They call a foul here on number 4. That's China Pouncey. Some more substitutions for the Knights. And number 22, Barrett Jessup. And for the Tornadoes, number 24, McKenna Parkins will be checking back in as we have a timeout here on the floor of the barn. So far, very much a defensive struggle. Both teams at times having a hard time getting a quality shot up. Again, the last possession that the Tornadoes had, you saw them really rush a shot with number 23, Callie Wells. You're seeing a lot of sloppy gameplay. You're seeing turnovers. Right now, Southern Virginia actually winning the turnover battle, only committing 3 compared to Brevard College's 5. Of course, Brevard still finds themselves with a 1-point lead, but if you're Southern Virginia, that makes you happy because the less times you turn it over, it's a given. The less times you give them a chance to get a leg up on you. So Southern Virginia got to keep maintaining possession of the ball. The Knights right now have 3 points off turnovers compared to Brevard College's 0. So again, you're looking at that stat and you're thinking, okay, this is a step in the right direction. We just need to get shots to fall. We need to get our players in an offensive rhythm. And right now, if you're thinking about offensive production, you're thinking, give it to Presley Heggie. She's made all the shots she's made, or shots so far. I mean, she's 2 for 2, 1 from 3, 1 from 2, actually 2 for 3 actually. 1 3-pointer, 1 in the paint. So again, she's been very productive so far and getting you almost half the points you have at this point. In fact, more than half.
But also at the same time, they're doing amazingly on that defensive side of the
Absolutely.
ball. Like we were talking about earlier, Coach Schneider was like, we need to stop the offensive rebounds, and they've been doing amazingly with that, making sure they have that boxed out, or if it is going to be a wide open shot, they're there for the ball.
Newman for 3. That rattles in and good. And the Knights take the lead. You love to see that, as Newman hasn't really been able to get a lot of production from the outside in several weeks. In fact, since the break. Difficult shot over the top by number 10, Olivia Miller. Ties it back up at 12. Heggie for 3. That's good. I love the patience. Courtney Olson originally wanted the 3. She thought about it. Then she saw Heggie have an opening and decided, you know what, you're on a roll right now. Take it.
Yeah, no, and the Knights are doing amazing watching that.
The shot was skewed after Parkins landed awkwardly. And she really struggled to get down the floor. I call that foul on Courtney Olson, who was frustrated after that shot. Checking in for Olson will be number 32, Asia Foster. Now, Christian, you and I were talking before the game. The last time these two teams faced off, there were a couple of variables that weren't in the cards for either team. For Brevard College, they weren't playing Michaela Street as much as they are now. And that 3, way too long. Saved by number 4, China Pouncey, out of bounds though. And then also for Southern Virginia, last time they played against Brevard, they didn't play Asia Foster. And Asia Foster has come in the past couple of games and proven that she can be a very productive offensive and defensive weapon for Southern Virginia. Trying to get something figured out with the scores table here. Want to give a shout out to our officials for today's game, including Curtis Wilkes, Cameron Marshall, and McCarthy Gauze. So far we've seen a very consistent officiated game. which you always love to see. There's a conversation around this neckband that Asia Foster is wearing, and apparently it's supposed to help with a pre-existing injury. Don't know more details than that. SVU trying to drive the lane. Kicks out to Newman for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Foster fighting for the rebound. And as a foul is called on number 2, Presley Hagee, on the rebound. I believe they're going to call it over the back.
Hagee is going to have to play careful this game, because right now she's the main point scorer for SVU, and if she gets into foul trouble, it's not going to be a good day for SVU.
Yeah, right now she is leading with 8 points, followed by Alyssa McRoll with 4 and Addison Newman with 3. The wild layup up and in, but they're going to call a charging foul. Presley Hagee taking the charge.
Hagee is just doing everything on both sides of the ball, from either scoring or just putting her body on the line to take that charge.
And number 20, Asia Short, definitely not happy with that call.
It's going to be a 2-3 defense from the Tornadoes here.
And the transition to a man defense. Foster up with the right hand. Up and in with the foul, with the floater. The beautiful touch and the floater from Asia Foster, the freshman from Knightdale, North Carolina. The foul is called on Asia Short. Again, she was frustrated after that charging call down here on the other side. Free throw from Foster, no good. Initially rebounded by number 22, Shania Hauser, and knocked out of bounds by Foster.
Foster is definitely, even though she's a freshman and she started this semester, she's definitely shown her worth for the Knights.
She absolutely has, proven that she can play great defense and has a great shot. Natural scorer. That's taken away. Savoon for 3. Rattle be no good. That's another foul on number 20, Asia Short. That's her second consecutive foul. Checking in for her will be number 2, Michaela Street. So the foul will help Southern Virginia maintain possession. Actually, that's Short's 3rd foul. So
that is huge for Southern Virginia, because because Street is one of their all-time best players, and if you get her into early foul trouble, that's going to be amazing for Southern Virginia, because that's one less weapon that they have.
That 3 made once again by Hagee. She is starting off on fire now with 11 points and double-digit scoring already in the first quarter. Rebound by Hagee.
Hagee is just doing it for SVU so far.
Trying to advance it down the floor. Flies out of bounds, but she'll be fouled by number 12. That's Christina Roan. So Hagee will go to the line and shoot 2.
And it's Short who has 3 fouls, not Street.
Indeed, and Short is a great role player. She is able to shoot from deep. So like you mentioned, being in foul trouble, that definitely takes away a factor for Brevard College as Hagee goes to the line and shoots 2.
Yeah, Short is definitely one of their main rebounders. She's coming into this game with 44 rebounds so far and 22 steals, so she can handle both sides of the ball.
That first free throw knocked down by Hagee. There was some communication happening there.
I think they were trying to decide if she had crossed the line there during that first shot.
As that second free throw is no good. The first quarter winding down, 43 seconds.
Lexi Shepard back in for the Tornadoes.
Great pass inside. Mid-range jumper up. And good that time for China Pouncey. 27 seconds left in the quarter. No shot clock. Screen for Foster. Here's Heggie for three. Off the side of the rim, no good. 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. 4, 3, need a shot now. Not aware of how much time is left, and the Tornadoes do not get a shot off to end the quarter as the Knights end that quarter with a 7-point lead. And I'm looking over the stats of the last time these two teams matched up. Heggie was one of the leading scorers for Southern Virginia in that game with 13 points to her name. She had 12 just in that quarter alone. Announcement here in the arena that this week is D3 Officials Appreciation Week. So everyone in attendance here at Knight Arena showing appreciation to the officials. We've had several games here in the barn this week. Again, we appreciate the difficult job that is officiating. You know, we were talking before the game that officiating, especially in basketball, is one of the hardest jobs to do. Just because no matter what call you make, someone's going to be upset. You're not going to have very many fans, most likely. So the best you can do is just do the best you can. And these refs so far today, I believe, have done a fantastic job on a very even and clean game. So again, the Knights leading by 7 so far after that first quarter. Presley Heggie being a major impact in that quarter. She's now on the bench getting a well-deserved rest. And come back in is Abigail Snyder as well as Emma Camden, Alyssa McRolla. In fact, they have the starters out there now for Southern Virginia.
So if you're the Knights, what are you doing here?
Honestly, you got to keep up the paint defense just like that. Keep getting takeaways and make sure that you do not get clean, high-quality shots in the paint. That three-pointer for Newman, that is good. And already in this game, you're loving what you're seeing from the outside shooting because in this game, they've already made more three-pointers than the entire game a couple of weeks ago. They have now made 5 three-pointers. They're 5 of 11. Here's Olsen for 3. That one off the back of the rim, no good. Got a little cocky there, but Snyder gets the rebound. Getting inside to Olsen. McRolla for 3. She gets fouled on a three-point shot, so she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 3. So again, you're loving your outside shooting. You keep using that because clearly your team's feeling it tonight. And you're loving the fact that your team's been able to draw a lot of fouls, getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line. In fact, Brevard College has not even been able to attempt a free throw yet. Got some substitutions for Brevard College in number 24, McKenna Parkins, and number 50, Nulia Boyce.
Yeah, SVU must be breathing a little bit sigh of relief since that was Olivia Walker who was checking out, or Olivia Miller, my apologies there.
First free throw from McRolla is no good. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that so far after that free throw, the Knights are 1 for 4. Now 2 for 5. So again, gets the free throw line, that's great. Also gonna knock him down. Third free throw is good. A 12-point lead for the Knights. Here's Street. Working on McRolla. Up and in. Fantastic drive to the basket. Newman mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by Parkins. Good to see her back on the floor after she stumbled earlier in the first. Up with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Newman. McRolla driving the lane. The shot up, no good. Gets fouled on the way up though.
If that's one thing that the Knights love about Allie is that she's willing to take those risk shots to send her to the free throw line.
And McRolla's gotten a lot of great drives to the basket for the second time in a row, getting to the free throw line. The first one is good. Here's the second. Up off the front of the rim, rebounded by Olsen. Kicked out to Newman. Camden for three. May have been a little blocked. Either she may have been fouled or blocked. Either way, the release looked a little awkward. Taken away by Newman. Fouled by Street. And blocked from behind. Heavy contact. And they do call the shooting foul. Newman slow to get up. The foul was called on Street, and that was a hard foul.
Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't call a technical on that one. That looked pretty obvious, at least from here.
She did get her hand on the ball slightly, but she did make a lot of body contact, knocking her to the floor. She is sitting up now. For Brevard College, we got a player checking in, number 12, Christina Roan, the freshman from Morgantown, North Carolina. They're just making sure Newman's okay. She's got a smile on her face, so that's good to see. She is up under her own power, and she'll go to the line and shoot two. Substitution for the Knights, number 22, Barrett Jessup. She will check in to shoot free throws in place of Addison Newman.
I think they're going to go and take her through, if I had to guess, maybe concussion protocol, just because of how hard that she came down.
First free throw, up and good for Jessup. And Jessup gets her first point of the day. Second free throw is up and good. The Knights continue to build on their lead now at 13 points.
23 checked in for the, Callie Wells checked in for the Tornadoes for Street.
Free throw no good that time from number 5, Lexi Shepard. Another takeaway from Southern Virginia. And Brevard College really struggling from behind the three-point line. McRolla for three. That's good. The Knights making it rain in this first half.
And this is the Southern Virginia University that people are used to seeing them taking those threes and making them. The past few nights has kind of been, past few games have been a dry spell for Southern Virginia University on that three-point line.
Absolutely, and it's usually a difficult time getting back after winter break and getting comfortable shooting from the outside again. It's taken a little bit more for Southern Virginia. That rebound for Olsen. McRolla driving the lane. Up the right hand, no good, but she's fouled on the way up once again. Got some substitutions for both the Knights and the Tornadoes. For the Knights, number 2, Presley Hagee will check in, and for the Tornadoes, number 10, Olivia Miller. So that takes number 50, Nalia Boyce, off the floor. McRolla's first free throw, up and good.
Again, Allie McRolla showing you that she's willing to take those risks when it comes to those shots. It may not be a clean shot, but she definitely knows how to draw that foul.
Second free throw, no good. Another takeaway for the Knights. Ends up going out of bounds off of Southern Virginia. So McRolla now second on team in scoring with 11 points. 4 of those points coming from free throws. She is just behind Presley Hagee, who still stands at 12 points. McRolla going for the steal, gets caught up with the arms of number 23, Callie Wells.
That's going to be her second personal foul.
Checking back in for the Knights, number 4, Addison Newman. Good to see her back on the floor after the fall she took after the shooting foul.
Hagee being very impressive holding off Olivia Miller there.
The shot and the foul. They're calling that foul on Courtney Olsen. And that'll send Parkins to the line.
Her second. At the line, shooting 2, Buchanan Parkins.
First free throw is good for Parkins. Parkins now with 3 points. Second is up, no good. Rebounded by Snyder. Great pass to Jessup. Up and under, no good for Jessup. Great play, but not able to convert. Driving the lane. Hagee doing a good job and not drawing a foul. Timeout now called by head coach Donald Hudson for Brevard College. Just over 6 minutes to go in this first half. Look at some statistical leaders for Brevard College. They have 3 players with 4 points. They have Olivia Miller with 4, China Pouncey with 4, and Michaela Street, followed by McKenna Parkins, who has 3 to herself. Southern Virginia already has 2 players in double-digit scoring, that being Presley Hagee with 12, all 12 of those coming in the first quarter, and Alyssa McRolla with 11, most of those coming from free throws. And right now, if you're Southern Virginia, again, the main difference has been the outside shooting. They made 6 out of 15 three-point shots. Brevard College 0 for 2 from the outside. The Knights have gone to the free throw line way more consistently, making 7 out of 12 of their free throws. Both those stats by themselves make up the entire difference of this game as far as the score is concerned. Knights now with a 14-point lead over the Tornadoes of Brevard College. But rebounding has been more of a struggle for Southern Virginia. Defensive rebounds, Brevard College is winning that department 12-9. Offensive rebounds, the Knights are winning 4-2. But again, the matter of the fact is the Knights right now are shooting at a higher percentage than the Tornadoes of Brevard College, and that's the main thing separating.
Checking in for the Knights is going to be
number 0. Yeah, Mariah Savoon checks in.
Savoon has been is another player that the coach can rely on when you need a strong ball handler.
She's a great ball handler. She's also got a solid shot. When she's open, she can really knock it down from the outside. Hagee comes in to bail her out. Pass inside to Newman, deflected. Shot clock winding down. Snyder mid-range jumper, no good. That time brought down by number 12, Christina Roan. There's Parkins looking on Olsen, getting position up the right hand and in. Great patient ball handling from Parkins.
Gotta love the zone defense from the Tornadoes, forcing the Knights to pick their passes and slow their tempo down, even though they've been running it very fast so far.
A great pass from Olsen and the inside shot by Newman. Makes it a 14-point lead once again. Open driving lane, up and in for number 5, Lexi Shepard. There was absolutely no one in front of her. She had all the space in the world to operate. Hagee for 3. High arching shot, no good. Rebounded by Olsen. Knocked away and out of bounds by Shepard. So, go ahead.
Maria Boyce checking back in for the Tornadoes after a quick breather.
Inbound it to Olsen. Off the backboard and in. Even though Boyce checks in, doesn't matter. Southern Virginia takes advantage.
We were talking about early in game how they were able to shut down Courtney, but so far Courtney's been able to find her drive.
Easy jumper for Parkins as Snyder fell to the ground playing defense. Foul called on Brevard College as Newman was trapped on that far sideline. They're going to call the foul number 23, Callie Wells. Got a substitution for the Knights in number 10, Emma Camden. She'll check in for Snyder.
Snyder was a little bit frustrated with herself after falling to the ground there.
They ended up allowing the open shot, and after that foul, Newman will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1 opportunity. First free throw is up and good. Here's the second. Second one no good, that time rebounded by Wells. Pass inside to Boyce. Great pump fake from Parkins. The shot no good, rebounded by Heggie. And foul trying to pass it ahead to Camden. They're called a foul, number 5, Lexi Shepard. Got another substitution for the Knights in number 32, Asia Foster. She'll check in for Courtney Olson. And with that foul, Heggie will go to the line. First free throw is up, no good for Heggie. Second free throw up, and good.
Heggie has just been all around for SVU this game. So from shooting the 3, from shooting the 2, coming in with that clutch rebounds. She's just been on every side of that ball today.
She really has, and now she has matched her entire point total from their last contest with Brevard College. That rebound by Newman. Recovered by Camden after the steal. That time taken away by Miller. Pass ahead to Parkins. Easy layup up and in. Knights now get a chance to set up their half-court offense. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the half. Shot clock winding down. Newman for 3. Three-point line has dried up a little bit for the Knights in this second quarter. Got some backside screens being set by Boyce. The jumper, that time good for Shepard. And the Tornadoes bring it back within 10. They've been really patient, whittling away at that lead that Southern Virginia established in the late first, early second quarter. Approaching 2 minutes now. Shot clock winding down once again. Newman needs to get a shot off the right hand, no good, rebounded by Foster. The shot from Newman did not touch the rim, so Foster was not able to get the shot back up in time. That's 2 offensive trips in a row where the Knights have struggled to get a shot off within the shot clock time.
Ali McCrolla checking in for the Knights after a short rest.
The three-pointer here, no good, rebounded by McRolla. That's the second time we've seen Callie Wells attempt a three-pointer with a defender basically in her face. Heggie with the rebound, going up strong, no foul. Heggie up with the right hand, no good, rebounded by Miller.
SVU just needs to slow down and play their game. They're playing right in Tornado's hands by rushing that, because that's 2 times before that shot they basically ran out of the shot clock.
And that shot good from Boyce, and it brings it back to a double-digit or a single-digit lead. They're going to call a carry on McRolla as she was doing a little hesitation step. So again, like you mentioned, Christian, the Knights are just playing really fast right now. And honestly, a lot of these are plays where you shoot yourself in the foot, you commit turnovers that you shouldn't. .40 seconds remaining in the half. Newman winning the steal. Parkins did a great job of retaining it. Shot clock winding down for the Tornadoes. Shepard driving in. Layup up, no good. Rebounded by Boyce. Parkins for three. Short, no good. It'll go out of bounds. 11.5 seconds remaining in the half. Ten seconds. 4. Savoon needs to get a shot off. Mid-range jumper up, and good for Savoon! The step-back mid-range jumper to bring it back to a 10-point lead going into halftime. What a play by Savoon. It seemed like the play had kind of fallen apart, that things weren't going to work out for them. But Savoon calmly stepped back, took the shot, knocked it down with no time remaining in the half. What a great play from Savoon. And again, outside shooting, still been the main story of the game. Southern Virginia from behind the three-point line, 6 of 17. Brevard College still incapable of making a three-pointer in this game so far. The Knights just getting a lot of things to work well for them scoring-wise, as they won both the first and second quarter by a score of 21-14 in the first, 20-17 in the second. So the Knights right now having the advantage, and we'll be right back after halftime festivities.
Today at halftime, we have a special treat. We're going to play 2 3-minute halves with our local Rockbridge area youth girls basketball team. And we'd like to announce our starting lineups for the Neon team. Number 1, Blakely Woodford. Number 2, Lucy Whetstone. Number 3, Ari Fry. And number 4, Sophia Colley. And for the white team, number 2, Hayden Schroeder. Number 12, Hayden Schroeder, my bad. Number 1, Kinsley Schroeder. Number 3, Ernie Wardford. And number 5, Indy Wardford. Are we ready? Let's go Neon team. Clock's moving. Woodford, top of the key. White ball. Into Kingsley. Kingsley again.
And we're back for the second half action between the Tornadoes of Brevard College and your Southern Virginia University Knights. Now, in spite of the great surge that Brevard College had to end the second quarter, the Knights were able to end the quarter with a last-second shot from Mariah Savoon, mid-range jumper to bring it back to a double-digit lead. Now, Christian, we were talking during the break of some things that are creating the difference in score right now for Southern Virginia. Obviously, we've talked ad nauseum about the outside shooting. Southern Virginia's done a great job at knocking down three-pointers, getting good quality three-point shooters, making 6 out of 17 so far, shooting 35.3%. And now it's not a stellar three-point shooting percentage. It's better than 0%, which is what Brevard College is standing at right now. They've only gotten up 5 three-point shots, not able to knock any of them down. And Christian, you're able to talk briefly with head coach Lynette Schroeder. What did she tell you was their focus coming out of halftime?
They're looking for better defenses. They're gonna stop the drive that Tornadoes have been so easily been able to do. Every time they've gotten that drive, they've found that inside shot, and they've found the drive to kind of get the momentum to swing in their favor. So a lot of what the Schroeders are going to be doing is to hold. What they want their team to do is hold that inside pocket, hold that inside, and watch for that drive.
And two players from Brevard College who really made a big impact in the paint, like you're saying, like they want to prevent, was Lexi Shepard as well as McKenna Parkins. McKenna Parkins, no surprise there, one of the leading scorers for the Tornadoes so far this year. But they've been able to get inside the paint, able to put their body between the defender and the ball, make solid spin moves to get a clean shot on the outside off the glass, which really helped them out quite a bit. And honestly, with Southern Virginia at this point, you just got to make sure you stay careful with the fouls and turnovers. They ended that first half with only committing 7 turnovers compared to Brevard College's 14. And the Knights were able to score 18 points off of those 14 turnovers. So you got to maintain that consistency. Got to make sure you maintain the fact that you're winning the personal fouls battle 6-11. A couple players from Brevard College in a little bit of foul trouble, which has made them a little hesitant to play more aggressive defense. But with that being said, second half action is now underway with the Knights having possession. Snyder from the corner. It's the top of the backboard, so it'll be out of bounds.
It looked like it got tipped off there for a quick second.
Yeah, she didn't quite have the space for the shot that she may have thought that she had. But you like the idea. You like Snyder shooting from the corner. She's a very consistent outside shooter. Drives in the lane. Shepard up and in. That's exactly what the Knights did not want to have happen, is Shepard driving in. Very open lane. He got a little greedy, wanted to get the steal.
And and Shepard sitting at 5'2" is also very, very, very quick. Very quick. So
she can get to the basket in a heartbeat. Great pass from McRolla to Olsen. And Olsen able to lay it up for the score.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out is for the Tornadoes, Street is back on the court. After that hard foul on number 4 for the Knights, she did not see play for the rest of that quarter.
McRolla up with the right hand and in. Great pass from Abigail Snyder. So the Knights extend their lead to 12. So another example of the Knights taking advantage of turnovers and capitalizing automatically with points. And Christian, you mentioned Street getting back on the floor. The reason that's so exciting is because she was Rookie of the Week twice this year. Camden passed the inside to Newman, left hand up and in. The Knights making it look easy to start the third quarter. Some great passes in the fast break.
And the Knights just being able to read that pass.
Rebound from Olsen. Advanced up ahead to McRolla. Up with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Snyder. Up strong, up and in. My goodness.
SVU coming out with guns blazing, which is going to force the timeout from the Tornadoes.
And they're winning this quarter 8-2 on an 8-2 run. And when you're now up by 16 points, matching the largest lead you've had so far today, just in a couple of minutes, you know that halftime speech from both Lynette and Brett Schroeder for Southern Virginia must have been fiery, and it must have gotten the job done. And with that last layup, McRolla now with 13 points, tied with Presley Hagee as the leading scorer for Southern Virginia today. And Newman, with her last basket, is second in scoring with 11 to her name.
Yeah, no, a lot of players right now are starting to step up and finally start to feel that fire that Hagee had at the beginning of the game. So it's kind of like Hagee was the ignition for the team.
Absolutely. That's one thing she's been really good at in the past couple of weeks is just whenever they need a lift, whenever they need someone to kickstart their offense, Hagee's there to make a couple of shots, then other people kind of fall in line, and she kind of lets them do their job a little bit, which is really nice to see. And now, just barely starting the second half, there are 3 Knights in double-digit scoring. Again, I mentioned all 3 of them, Hagee, McRolla, and Newman. And you look at Brevard, leading score right now is Short. Actually, excuse me, it is Parkins with 9, followed by Shepard, who has 8.
So almost exactly reversed opposite of what happened when the Knights traveled, where they were keeping our star players from double digits, and now we're keeping their star players from the double digits.
That's exactly right. Street driving the lane. They're calling a foul on Snyder. She had her arm extended to keep separation between her and Street. That is Snyder's second foul. Nice playing man-to-man defense. Shepard passing it inside to Boyce. Knocked away and taken by Newman. Advanced it to Olsen. Kicks out to Snyder. Kicks out to Newman for 3. That's short. Rebounded by Shepard. Like we mentioned, the outside shooting, most of that came at the beginning of the second quarter, end of the first. Since then, it's been kind of dry from 3-point range.
That's because I think they're starting to force those shots.
They indeed have been, and that layup from Boyce, no good. Olsen got away with one there, trying to go in for the steal. Cool, driving the lane up with the right hand, no good. I think she just didn't realize how open she was. But again, a great drive to the lane for the Knights. Jump shot up, no good that time from Wells. McRolla trying to go up strong again, knocked out of bounds. It actually goes out of bounds off of McRolla's leg. Some substitutions for the Knights, including Savoon and Hagee. You know, Wells, we mentioned Wells. She's had a hard time shooting so far. She's 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3-point range. And that's one player that Brevard College would love to see start knocking down some shots.
Yeah, it's good to see that Hagee's back in the game, especially since she's sitting on. She's able to sit and hold off number 10.
Olivia Miller, indeed.
And Olivia Miller is one of those players for Tornadoes who's just an all-around person. So the fact that Hagee is able to keep her down and keep her from getting those rebounds, getting those shots off, just proves her versatility that she has for the Knights.
Absolutely. Putting the paint to Olsen. Pump fake, up left hand, beautiful move, up, no good. It's a beautiful move from Olsen. Advanced ahead to Miller. Hagee goes up defensively strong, rebounded by Newman. Smart play from Newman, giving it off to Savoon. Tries to pass it inside to Olsen, knocked out of bounds by Parkins. Got a substitution for the Tornadoes, number 20, Asia Short. We haven't seen her on the floor since late in the first quarter after she had consecutive fouls where she was very visibly frustrated with what was going on at that point in the game.
Yeah, she's sitting with three fouls right now in the game, so it's going to be interesting to see how her mindset is different.
That 3 from Hagee, no good, off the front of the rim.
I think that's the first one she's missed this game.
One of the very few indeed. Addison Newman disrupting that pass with her foot, which of course, not supposed to do. So it stays with Brevard College.
But it breaks the momentum that
indeed does. It's one of those where it doesn't count as a foul. It's actually kind of a good play because, like you said, it stops them from taking advantage of the drive to the basket. Miller for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Short. Kick out to Parkins. Working on Olsen. Tapped away by Olsen, but it goes out of bounds.
But again, good play by Olsen as that breaks it up and kind of gives them a shorter shot clock.
Past the outside, here's the three. No good, rebounded by Parkins. Up and in off the glass. It was knocked out of Heggie's hands on the rebound. Got some full court pressure here from the Tornadoes. Corner three for Savoon. That's no good, rebounded that time by Pouncey.
Savoon has just unfortunately not been able to find the basket today.
Indeed, Savoon is only 1 for 2 from the floor. Shot made for Brevard College, and Donald Hudson calls timeout for the Tornadoes. So 4 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in this third quarter. With this short break, we want to take a brief moment to thank our athletic partner, Straws Drinks and Eats, here in Buena Vista, Virginia. If you're in the area, you're visiting your student athlete, visiting a student, or just in the area in general, go check out Straws Drinks and Eats. They have great sodas, got good treats, cookies, great place to lounge around if you just want a place to relax. I highly recommend it. My wife and I go there on a weekly basis almost. It's a great place to go. Straws, thank you so much for your partnership with Southern Virginia Athletics. So, Southern Virginia right now, again, the outside shots haven't been falling, but they start out the quarter with some great defense, capitalizing off turnovers, some great fast break offense, finding the open girl down the floor, was able to knock down some shots and maintaining around that 12 to 14 point lead right now by just making sure that they're playing smart. They're not trying to do too much. They're just trying to take the high quality shots that are given to them and then maintain the difficult or the intense defense they have been giving to the Tornadoes so far.
Yeah, that's for sure. One thing that SVU needs to keep doing is forcing them to make those turnovers. The turnovers is where the Knights have been able to find most of their points for this game.
Indeed, they've been able to force a lot of turnovers. In fact, the Knights have forced a total of 17 turnovers and have scored 22 points off those turnovers.
It's going to be a 2-2-1 defense for the Tornadoes.
And the Knights able to break it with ease. Trying to go high to low. Pass a little short for McRolla. I believe they're going to call the foul here on Snyder as she was playing tight defense. So it stays with the Tornadoes. Driving the lane is Parkins, up with the left hand, rolls in.
That was a smooth break from her too. She was looking to hand it off, and then she immediately instead of drives it instead.
Indeed, a great solid move there from Parkins. Back to McRolla. Knights reset up the offense. 10 seconds on the shot clock. McRolla, mid-range jumper off the front of the rim, no good. It's been a struggle getting solid shots for the Knights the past couple possessions. Kick out to the corner for Miller. Drives baseline, tapped away. Short, trying to kick it into the corner. Advance to Savoon, trying to chase it down. Able to save it. And knocked out of Olsen's hands. It's Tornadoes now. Great pass to Short up with the left hand. Fantastic pass from Roan.
That's going to force SVU to call a timeout on that one.
On the save from Savoon, where Olsen got her hand on it, she was saying as she was going to the bench that she got hit in the face as she's trying to grab it, but there was no foul called. But regardless, just under 3 minutes to go, we're seeing yet again a surge from Brevard College. That's kind of been the pattern of this game, where the Knights will start off, get a couple consecutive points, get a couple solid shots, develop some momentum, and develop a lead. and the Brevard College will slowly whittle away at that lead. And the Knights need to find ways to respond, to shut down those momentum-shifting plays. And now, the turnovers are starting to look a little bit more even than they were before. The Knights now breaking into double digits in turnovers, as Brevard College is 18 and the Knights have 10. Again, that was your main advantage in the first half, was that difference in the turnover game. Now in the game for Southern Virginia, checking in Presley Hagee. And the Knights break the full court pressure. Newman had a brief moment when she was open. Shot clock winding down. Newman almost got the shot off. Olsen saw her, but she still had it in her hand when the shot clock went off. It was a great find, just a little too late. Taken away by Newman, up the right hand, up and in.
And she redeems herself from the previous play, that's for sure.
The pass was slow enough for her to read it and get to it, up the right hand, and good from Miller. The tough dribble drive. Advanced ahead to Newman. Pass to Camden. Knocked away from Olsen. Now here's Pouncey. Going up against Savoon. Pump fake, up and in. Whittled down to a 6-point lead.
The Knights are playing the Tornadoes game right now. They need to slow it down and get the tempo back in their favor.
Indeed they do. Brevard College making them rush their offensive possessions.
Because so many times so far, Tornadoes defense have just been locked down that they're forcing the Knights to use the entire shot clock.
Newman goes up and is fouled on the way up. A great find from Heggie. Newman in the second half has been really great at finding those openings, cutting to the basket, and able to make some plays. Again, going to the free throw line for what feels like the first time in forever for Southern Virginia.
The foul was on McKenna Parkins there.
First free throw for Newman is good.
It's good to see that the Knights are making those free throws. That's just free points for every single time they get to go to the free throw line.
Second free throw is good for Newman. She is now the leading scorer for the Knights with 15 points to her name, and checking in for Olsen is number 32, Asia Foster.
Olsen is just a little bit frustrated from the last couple plays. I think they're giving her a chance to breathe and reset for the next period.
Parkins working on Foster. Miller working on Heggie, up with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Heggie. Advanced to Savoon. And fouled by number 12, Christina Roan. And that's a smart foul from Christina Roan. She's trying to make sure that they don't get an open layup. But of course it sends Savoon to the free throw line. And that is Roan's second free throw, or second foul, excuse me. First free throw is up. Off the back of the rim, no good. Under a minute to go in this third quarter. Free throws up. And rattles in, good for Savoon.
And that's her first point of the game. I love Savoon's aggressiveness when it comes to being on defense. Forcing number 12.
Knocked out of Miller's hands, but it'll stay with the Tornadoes. Indeed, yes, Savoon is definitely making Christina Roan earn it. Earn every inch that she gets going down the floor. Here's Short working on Camden. Spin move. Up with the right hand, no good. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tornadoes. 2 seconds on the shot clock.
going to be a 2-second shot clock for the Tornadoes.
So they need to set a screen, on the inside or the outside and get a quick shot off right away.
I think they're looking for Miller here, and Miller is the most consistent one on the court right now for shooting-wise.
Here's Parkins. Goes up over Heggie, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it back in. 16 seconds in the third quarter. 10 seconds now. SVU for deep three. No good. The deep three that time almost made by Christina Roan. Hit off the front of the rim. And the Knights kind of rushed that final shot. SVU, I think, thought she had less time than she did, and so she decided to take the deep three, which is not very characteristic of her. She doesn't usually shoot with a defender in front of her from that deep. So if she had maybe made one more pass, it would have gotten a more high-quality shot. But right now, the Knights with a 7-point advantage over the Tornadoes of Brevard College. And again, it's the same pattern. Brevard College fights back at the end of a quarter. The Knights start off the quarter very well offensively. And in that quarter, Brevard College actually won the third quarter, 16-13, after the solid start for the Knights. They struggled later on. And so the Knights are going to look at that and say, okay, like you said, Christian, we need to slow down our pace. We need to make sure that we do not take any unnecessary risks, continue to force turnovers, continue to capitalize off turnovers, keep doing the things that have been consistent for us this entire game.
Yeah, if you look wise, Tornadoes have just been dominating the rebound 10-6 in that third quarter, and that right there is a majority of where those points are coming from. All of those second chance shots that they've been able to hold off.
Indeed, the 3 offensive rebounds were definitely a big help for the Tornadoes, and the fact that neither team made a single 3 in that third quarter definitely played in Brevard College's favor. Miller driving the lane, up with the right hand, no good. Again, another offensive rebound, that time back up and in.
Miller with the same shot. SVU's got to figure out how to shut Miller down and keep her out of this game. If not, Miller is just gonna be able to run with it. Miller's their leading scorer right now. Second to none. Second to none to McKenna Perkins, but
shot clock winding down. McRolla goes to the shot, no good. Out of bounds, back to the Tornadoes. Again, it's been a struggle for the Knights to get a quality shot in half-court offense in this second half.
No, the Tornadoes have been doing very well holding off the Knights on defensive-wise. The Knights have got to figure out how to pierce that defense to get those shots off. If not, it's just going to keep doing it all over again where they're going to have less.
Camden got the ball, trying to get rid of it, and got fouled on the ground. That's going to be on short. I believe it's going to be our 4th foul. So the ball will go to the Knights. And in for short will come in Michaela Street.
Street has been someone that has been very, very quiet for the Tornadoes.
Indeed, we talked about her being Rookie of the Week last week. She only has 4 points in today's game. Snyder for 3. That's up and in. Finally a 3-pointer in this half for the Knights. Brings it back to an 8-point game. That's no good. Rebounded by the Tornadoes, up and in. On the ground now is Snyder after the rebound. It was a tough rebound and shot for China Pouncey. We weren't able to see if, I believe Snyder was in the general vicinity that Pouncey was when she got the rebound and went up and in. Not sure if she got hit on the way up with the shot or if it was after, the matter of fact. Coach Lynette Schroeder and trainer now out on the floor with Snyder. Able to get up and jogging off the court on her own power. That's good to see. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. It's now a 6-point lead for the Knights. Again, it's those offensive rebounds that The Tornadoes getting second chance opportunities, and that will drive any coach crazy. McRolla passing inside to Camden. McRolla driving the lane, gets knocked out of her hands, and ends up going out of bounds on McRolla. I believe they had an open Addison Newman on the far side. McRolla didn't see her.
It's gonna be interesting to see what Salvoon can do against Shepherd.
Very similar style players, both very quick on their feet.
Relatively almost the exact same height. With Shepherd sitting at 5'2" and Salvoon sitting at 5'5".
Shepherd shot up, no good. Taken away by Pouncey. Parkins for three. That's no good. Rebounded by Street, up and in. Once again, offensive rebounds being the bane of the Knights.
They were doing so well in the first half, and then all of a sudden they got cocky, and now they're paying for it at the...
Nice, just not able to get a body on somebody. Here's Cannon for three. No good. Out of bounds on Street. It'll stay with the Knights. So the shot clock did reset because the shot hit the rim. Newman for three. Off the side of the backboard, no good. I believe it may have been tipped slightly. Knights need to get back. Miller beating them down the floor, up with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Pouncey. The offensive rebounds just been piling up for Brevard College in the past couple minutes. Street up and in over Olsen, brings it within two. Call a foul here on Street as she was bodying up Addison Newman. Southern Virginia going to call a timeout now that the lead has been whittled down to 2. It was as large as 16 early in the third quarter. And again, Brevard College now with 11 offensive rebounds in this game compared to Southern Virginia's 8. In fact, winning the rebound battle in general over Southern Virginia, 35-25. And it's all those short shots in the paint. They're able to get a floater up off the rim. They're able to get the quick rebound back up and in. And again, if you're Southern Virginia, you got to get back to boxing out. Make sure you clear out a bunch of space for you to make sure you secure that rebound and put yourself in a situation where you can set yourself up offensively, which is something they have not been able to do in this second half.
No, and a lot of that is coming from McKenna Perkins, who comes into this game with 146 rebounds. She's currently the lead rebounder for them with 9, followed by Boyce with 6. So right now, a lot of the rebounds are coming from Parkins.
Indeed, she's making a lot of things happen for them right now. And offensive rebounds, a lot of those come from Pouncey. Pouncey's got 4 offensive rebounds. Boyce has got 2. Parkins got 2. You got a couple of the players with 1 apiece. But again, if you're Southern Virginia, you're starting to see elements suggesting that you're tired a little bit. Whenever you see the other team getting offensive rebounds, it's a sign of fatigue. So you got to battle through that, or you got to mix it up with the rotation. And coming in for the Knights is number 32, Asia Foster, who's usually a good lightning rod of energy. Hopefully she can provide that spark that they need on the boards. Camden for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Street. Knights need to get back. Street goes up and in. Ties it up at 57. And she'll go to the line. The foul is on Mariah Savoon. Now it's been tied up. I think the stat, is very important after this free throw. Up and good as the Tornadoes take the lead. The Knights have had the lead for 81.5% of this game, and the Tornadoes have just taken it back with over 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Knights have got to find a way to find that spark and just ignite that fire that they had at the first half.
Savoon for three. The three-pointer has not been their friend in this second half.
No, and Savoon is running cold right now. The only point that she has so far is just from that two at the end of the first half, and then that free throw that she had earlier in the third.
Street for three, no good. Back-to-back offensive rebounds for both Pouncey and Parkins. Parkins again with offensive rebound, and now Pouncey again, and gets fouled on the way up. The Knights somehow incapable of preventing Pouncey and Parkins from getting offensive boards. So Pouncey goes to the free throw line as Snyder will check in for Emma Camden. Here's the first free throw for Pouncey. Up, no good.
So if you're the Knights here, what are you doing?
If you're the Knights, you gotta wake up and realize you gotta put a body on somebody. You gotta figure out who those players are that are keep getting offensive boards, Pouncey and Parkins, and make dang sure that someone gets a body on them. You communicate. Do you have them? Do you have them? And if you do, stay with them. Foster drives in the lane, baseline up and in. The Knights take back the lead. Great move from the freshman.
Savoon sitting on Street. I like that matchup from the Knights.
Parkins off the backboard and in.
I think right now Courtney is playing them just a little bit too safe right now, I think.
Again, you want to make sure you don't give them enough fouls and get them to the free throw line. So there is that sort of gray area. Newman driving the lane, up with the right hand and in. We're seeing some of that great ball movement we saw at the beginning of the third quarter emerge once again. Again, you got to pass and cut away when it comes to Brevard. They're quick defensively. They're not just going to be dribbled into. Got to make solid passes. Fadeaway jumper for Parkins. Initially rebounded once again by Pouncey, but it goes out of bounds. Knights ball. Again, you got to recognize Pouncey is getting these boards. No matter who's defending her, get a body on her.
Courtney had the wide open three, but doesn't take it and ends up turning it over. I think that's just a small hindsight from Courtney there. She had a wide open three.
Well, the thing there is that you want to make sure they don't take too quick shots, and Olsen is not known for three-point shooting, so she wanted to establish something. Foul here, call on Savoon.
It's going to be a reach-in foul there.
So it'll stay with the Tornadoes. So I don't necessarily blame Olsen for not taking the three. Now, the turnover at the end, that was inability to maintain possession of the ball. But when you're trying to establish consistency, you don't want to just take a random three-point shot. That rebound from Olsen.
With conviction, Courtney goes up with that one and brings it down.
Nice to see a one shot and done for the Tornadoes, which has been a while since we've seen that. Newman in the paint once again. Stripped away, and they're going to call it off of Newman's leg. Again, Newman finding that open spot in the paint. Unable to convert that time.
Now they're going to stick Abigail Snyder on 5. She's also been able to shut her down too.
The Knights switching on handoffs and screens. Taken away by Snyder. Here's Savoon. Up left hand, up and in, gets the friendly roll.
That looked like it was just going to stay there.
Street working on Savoon. The three, up and rolls in somehow for Shepard.
Now this is a game. This is one of those games that I love to call because you never know what's going to end up happening.
The back and forth, the great playmaking from both sides. The Knights being more selective at their three-point shots. Snyder going up with the right hand, up and in. Once again, fantastic ball movement from the Knights.
And this is what they needed to do all that in that second part of that third quarter. Just keep that ball moving and stop them from that, from almost doing exactly, unfortunately doing that.
Parkins able to cut to the rim. Snyder goes with a wild shot up, no good. Rebound by Snyder, up again, and good.
Snyder just showing her spunk after looked like she might have gotten shoved there on the floor.
Able to get back up, get some points on the board. That makes it 9 for her. Here's Miller, up strong, rattles in.
It's just back and forth game. Knights score, Tornado score, Knights score, Tornado score.
And taken away that time by Street. Advance to head to Miller. They're going to call the charge, or the block, excuse me. They're calling a block on Newman.
I thought she was set there.
It was very, very close. It was very hard to tell from this angle, but it looked like it could have been called either way. Maybe her foot was still shuffling into place. But now it'll send number 10, Olivia Miller, to the line to shoot the end one. No good. Rebounded by Newman. Stays a 2-point game.
Now Knights need to slow down the tempo just a little bit. Play their game. Play the game that was the first half.
Honestly, at this point, the first team to figure out how to play defense against the other wins. Snyder gets it inside to Newman. Goes up strong, gets the foul. That foul that time on number 24, McKenna Parkins. That's her third. Newman so far in today's game is 3 for 4 from the free throw line. First one's up and good.
And that's exactly what you need from SVU, from any of the SVU shooters right now. Make the fundamental shot, make those free throws. That's how you can easily get this tied back.
Second free throw up and good, tied at 69 apiece.
You can feel the energy in the air in this arena right now.
Newman now sitting at 19 points. Here's Parkins. Miller, Street for 3. No good, rebounded by Parkins. He's gonna get fouled by Savoon. So Parkins will shoot 2 free throws. Savoon picking up her third foul of the game. First free throw from Parkins is good. Parkins now 2 for 3.
Parkins is just one of those players right now that SVU needs to lock down.
She is now sitting at 23 points in today's game. Most of those coming in the second half.
And she's also leading in rebounds with 12 of the last 15 rebounds.
Indeed, Parkins has a double-double with 23 points, 12 rebounds, 7 of them being defensive rebounds. She has 2 blocks, 3 steals, 2 assists, and all able to do that without making a single one of her 3 attempted three-pointers. So now, less than a minute to go, 55.3 seconds. Southern Virginia, you're down by 2. One thing that's been working consistently for you is players like Addison Newman driving to the paint, getting the layup. You also have Olsen who's been able to make some moves. Again, the three-point shot has not been kind to you in this half. It just has not. In fact, I don't think that the Knights have made a single three-pointer in this second half. Actually, no, one. They've made 1 three-pointer, and that was early in the fourth quarter from Snyder. So again, outside shot is not going to be where your go-to is at all. They call 5 seconds there. Even though Olsen was right there, Snyder was trying to get it to Savoon. So a turnover for Southern Virginia, the exact opposite of what you need in that situation. Taken away by Snyder. Advanced ahead to Savoon. Goes up with a lip. Up and in with the foul. Savoon struggling scoring-wise all game long, able to make a fantastic, much-needed play for the Knights.
Savoon, when it comes time, has been able to get those shots off. For instance, that's just the second instance of what she's been doing. Her first shot was coming out at that buzzer in the end of the first half.
Free throw for Savoon is up and good. The Knights take the lead now. 3.5 seconds separate the shot and game clock as timeout is called by Donald Hudson of Brevard College. Now, if you're Brevard College, what you're doing right now is you're going to hold the ball as long as you can, because if you get a shot off at the last second of the shot clock, there's only 3 seconds left. There's not much that SVU could do if they're able to get a high-quality shot off, knock it down, and take the lead. You just need a 2. You're only down by 1. So you're getting it to either Parkins or you're getting it to Olivia Miller. Again, those two have been very consistent all game long inside the paint. Those mid-range to close range jumpers, they're basically knocking them down with their eyes closed. So if you're Southern Virginia, if either Parkins or Miller gets the ball, you're swarming. You are swarming, trying to take it away and trying to make sure that they do not get a solid shot off. And if they do, defensive rebounding. Get a body on somebody. You cannot allow an offensive rebound in this situation. You absolutely cannot allow that. So we'll see who's on the floor for the Knights. It's the same 5 that were just on. Savoon, Snyder, Newman, Foster, and Olsen. And on the floor for Brevard College will be Street, Pouncey, Miller, Shepard, and Parkins.
This is where SVU needs to have the defense. Either that or also force them the 5 second.
Taken away by the Knights, it's Savoon. Taken back by Shepard. Taken back by Southern Virginia. Trying to figure out who the foul was called on. Foul was called number 10, Olivia Miller. So Newman will go to the line. She's a chance to make it a 3-point lead.
Newman has been very consistent from the free throw line. She's 4 for 7 right now.
Free throws up and good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can feel the air, the tension in the air right now here in Knight Arena.
Second free throw is good. It's a 3-point game. 24.1 seconds. Brevard College needs a 2 and a quick turnover or a 3. No shot clock. Shepard goes up with a crazy shot, gets fouled on the way up, even though Foster's hands were straight up, as she is demonstrating right now. So their strategy right now is that to get a foul call, get to the free throw line, make either 1 or 2 free throws, then force another turnover, get another shot.
Do you think she purposely misses one of the free throws to give them that option, knowing that you have your best rebounder sitting right there on the inside?
It's possible. I wouldn't be too surprised that did happen. But at this point, there's too much time on the clock. You want to knock down a free throw, and she does. Timeout now for Southern Virginia. Now, for SVU, you're trying to get it into either Newman or Snyder's hands. Very consistent free throw shooters. they're able to get themselves open, and Heggie checking into the game for Southern Virginia.
There's another player for SVU. Haggie, after having almost a spectacular first half, is finally seeing some play in the second half. I'm surprised it's taken SVU this long to put her back on the floor.
She got a little cold shooting-wise later in the second quarter and early in the third, but she's checking in for Asia Foster. Because again, she's also a consistent free throw shooter, so they want 3 options. Gets either Heggie, Newman, or Snyder. Each one of those would be a good option to knock down some free throws, extend the lead, and make it difficult for Brevard College to take that lead back. So 17.4 seconds. Expect some pressure. Newman will be inbounding it.
Very interesting that they're having Newman inbound. Wouldn't you want Olsen to inbound because she's the taller player here, and let Newman use her athletic skills to run?
We also want to make sure you have a very qualified and capable passer in the game right now. Inbound to Snyder. Hand it off to Newman. And Olsen is fouled. So she will go to the line with 10 seconds to go.
Olsen, this is her first trip to the free throw line.
Asia Foster checking back in for Southern Virginia in place of Presley Heggie. Now, here's the tricky part here. Brevard College and Southern Virginia, neither of them have any timeouts left. So, Courtney Olsen can extend the lead. Here's the first free throw. First one's up and good, makes it a 2-point game. So, either way, if Olsen misses it or makes it, Brevard can't advance it with a timeout. Olsen's second free throw, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Street. Street trying to push it ahead, taken away. Snyder trying to jump on and end the game with 2.3 seconds. And so that'll send Pouncey to the free throw line. Pouncey so far is 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
Heggie checking back in.
For rebounding purposes, of course. First free throw for Pouncey is good. Brings it within 1. That's a first made free throw of the game. Second free throw is good, ties it at 75. Snyder to get up a shot, she does. No good, and we're going to overtime here in the barn.
Ooh.
So after the Knights established a 16-point lead in the late second, then early third quarter, we are going into overtime, tied at 75 apiece. Now, again, a lot of things were right for SVU, but Pouncey coming in clutch. Again, she was 0 for 2 from the free throw line before those 2 free throws. Then she knocks those 2 down, ice in her veins, able to force overtime. And right now, if you're Southern Virginia, you're frustrated. Again, you had a double-digit lead for a majority of the game. In fact, you have had the lead for 76% of this game. And now it's in overtime. At this point, again, Newman's playing consistently well, scoring-wise. You've been able to get a lot of things done as well with Snyder and McRolla. McRolla's kind of hit a wall as far as scoring is concerned in this second half. But again, your focus in this 5-minute overtime period is rebounding, rebounding, rebounding. Do not let a single offensive rebound past you if you're the Knights.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what killed them in that second half. Was those rebounds.
So now the starters for Southern Virginia will be on the floor. And for Brevard College will be Pouncey, Shepard, Miller, Street, and Parkins. So we'll have a tip-off to start overtime here. And if you're Brevard College, you're thinking the exact opposite. Keep rebounding like you were early in the fourth. Get those second chance opportunities, get those offensive rebounds, keep driving to the basket. Tip-off is won by Street.
Straight has the jump on McRolla, and that's hard to see.
An issue with the clock. Refs trying to make sure that is all taken care of. I believe the shot clock had been started at the wrong time. Again, the ref's just making sure that is corrected, and we'll go back to play. Taken away by McRolla. Camden gets fouled on the way up to catch that one. She was fouled by Miller.
That's Miller's third personal foul.
Puts her in a little bit of foul trouble here, sending Camden to the line. First free throw is up and is good for Camden.
That teased that it was not going to go in on that one. She had just enough spin on it to make it so.
Second free throw for Camden is up and good. So the Knights take a 2-point lead.
Now Knights just need to keep playing defense, making sure they get those defensive rebounds.
Here's Street working on Camden. Up with the right hand, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Street. With those two free throws, the Knights are 20 of 29 in today's game, shooting 69%. They've attempted 29 free throws compared to Brevard College's 12. Ill-advised pass easily taken away by Pouncey. Parkins working on Olsen, taken away.
Olsen with the poke out there.
And Newman able to recover. Advances up the floor to Camden. McRolla trying to get inside to Olsen. Goes between her legs. Another turnover for Southern Virginia. Recovered by Parkins. Taken away by McRolla. Up against Street. Knocked out of bounds by Street. Knight Faithful wanting a foul on the shot. SVU checking in for McRolla.
She got scraped up on that one.
But again, great defensive read from McRolla. Olsen to Savoon. Savoon up for the three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Pouncey. Pouncey has just been a rebounding monster today.
On both sides of the ball. Her and Parkins.
She now has a double-double with 10 rebounds and 10 points. And the Tornadoes tie it up at 77 apiece. Olsen driving baseline. Up and under. Up with the shot, no good, but the foul.
That's going to be on number 24. That's going to be on Parkins. That's going to be her fourth personal foul. That is huge for the Knights.
It indeed is. With 3 minutes left in overtime, I would be surprised if head coach Donald Hudson subs her out. Because again, she's just been so valuable for the Tornadoes. First free throw from Olsen is good. Olsen now with 6 points. Second free throw is good. All the Knights' points in overtime so far have been free throws. Here's Miller. Defense from Foster.
They're going to call a shove on Foster.
They're saying that she used her body to try to force her out of bounds. So it'll send Miller to the free throw line.
That's someone you don't want to send to the free throw line.
First free throw from Miller is actually no good. Second free throw is up and good. Brings it back within one. Shot clock winding down. Olsen driving the lane. Knocked out of bounds. So 3 seconds left in the shot clock. The Knights need to get a shot off.
Give it to Olsen on the inside. That's what I'm calling there.
Have Foster set the body screen. Goes up. No good. Rebounded up and in for Snyder. Snyder almost just standing there looking, making it look easy on the putback. So the Knights with a 3-point lead. Good switch between Snyder and Olsen. Here's Shepard working on Savoon. Up the right hand, off the glass, no good. I call a block on Snyder. And I believe that is Snyder's 5th. Indeed, that will be Snyder's 5th foul. That is Snyder's 5th, so she has fouled out of today's game.
She's even in disbelief that she fouled out on that.
She's had a couple of foul calls that some fans here in attendance didn't quite believe. She had the one foul late in the 4th quarter trying to secure the steal and the win. And in her place will come Emma Camden, which is huge. That takes away a scoring weapon for the Knights. That free throw is good for Shepard. Shepard now with 14 points. Second free throw is no good. Rebound by Olsen.
Knights just need to slow down, play their game. They're ahead by 2 points right now.
Again, take high quality, high percentage shots. Don't force anything. Savoon for 3. No good. Rebound by Camden. Up. Right hand, no good. Rebound by Pouncey. Putback opportunity for the Knights, unsuccessful. Pouncey up with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Camden. Now approaching a minute left.
Neither side finding shots to fall in.
That pass over Camden's head. Turnover for the Knights.
Haggie coming in. I'm surprised she didn't start this.
And Haggie will come in and play defense against Street.
Which is a very good call because I love Haggie's defense prowess. Whether she was on number 10 or on number 2.
Miller driving the lane, up the right hand, up, no good. Rebounded by Haggie. Newman securing it. 33 seconds left in overtime.
Haggie coming up with an amazing, much-needed rebound for the Knights.
Indeed, making the necessary plays. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Shot clock winding down. Haggie off the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Haggie and fouled. She was fouled by Shepard as she was trying to bring it back from out of bounds.
That's Olivia Miller foul on that one.
That's her 4th.
No, that's her 5th.
It is her 5th. Indeed it is, so she will foul out. Actually, no, they're still calling it just her 4th. We're trying to figure out. Coming in for Miller is number 20, Aisha Short. Indeed, it is 4 fouls for Miller. But Haggie going to the free throw line has a chance to extend the lead.
Haggie has been just amazing shot so far for the Knights.
First one off the back of the back of the rim, no good.
I really need to quit talking.
It's the commentator's curse. You'll get used to it, Christian. It happens from time to time. Second free throw for Haggie. is up. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Heggie. Gets it out to Savoon. They're going to hold it. And the Knights are going to win. What a turn of events. Heggie unable to knock down the 2 free throws, but able to get the rebound. The Knights keep it away from Brevard College and run down the clock here in overtime. The Knights get a much-needed conference victory over the Tornadoes of Brevard College, 81-79. This is one of those games where, as a commentator, you go home, you realize your voice is completely gone because it was a back-and-forth, intense battle all game long. Statistical leaders for both sides. For Southern Virginia, Newman with 21 points, leading the way in that third quarter charge. Alyssa McRolla with 13 points. Heggie with 13 points, most of those coming in the first quarter. But Heggie also making the necessary plays at the end of the game, rebounding-wise, defensively. Then Abigail Snyder with 11, who fouled out in overtime. For Brevard College, he had some great play as well from their key players. McKenna Parkins with 23 points. Olivia Miller with 15 points. In fact, Parkins, I feel like, scored most of her points in the third quarter to whittle down the lead that the Knights had. And then Michaela Street had 11 points as well. But you also cannot overlook the impact of Pouncey in this game. She had 11 rebounds, most of them being offensive rebounds, giving themselves second chance opportunities. And folks, if you're looking for an exciting conference matchup, this was one to watch.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And at the same time, Parkins over there with 12 rebounds herself. So she was on both sides of the ball with the 23 points and the 12 rebounds. And she was also leading an assist with 3. So no, it was one heck of a game.
It absolutely was. And so now Southern Virginia advances to 9-9 overall in the season, 8-3 in conference play. And Brevard College falls to 13-5. And this is only their second conference loss throughout this 2023 season. Again, the Knights desperately needed a conference victory to try to build themselves up in the conference standings come conference time. This is exactly the time you want to be playing your best basketball. And I feel like Southern Virginia in that game played the best basketball they've played since the winter break.
And I can certainly agree with you that all the inside shots were going in. The outside shots in that first half were going in.
Right.
And those free throws were going in. All the fundamentals that I'm pretty sure the Schroeders worked on over this week when they had that bye came in handy here in this game to give SVU the final 81-79 victory.
Indeed, it absolutely did. And so the next time the Knights are in action, it'll be against Mary Baldwin University here at Southern Virginia University on Tuesday in the barn. Another conference matchup, which should be very exciting to watch. And again, want to give a shout out to our athletic partner, Straws Drinks and Eats. If you would like to get involved with and partner with SU Athletics or promote your business on campus like Straws Drinks and Eats has, please contact Brett Schroeder at brett.schroeder@svu.edu. That is brett.schroeder@svu.edu. I'm Dawson Weidrich. There's been Christian Clemens here. Thanks so much for tuning in to Knights Broadcasting. Have a good night. God bless, and go Knights.